Florence. Hello, divas! It's Movie Monday! How are you? Am I in the screen? Probably not. Now I am, I hope. This weekend I rented the documentary Fame High from iTunes because, well, I like the movie Fame, and I was like, well, maybe this will be interesting. I also just really like things about Fame. I just think it's really interesting, and, well, high school stuff has always entertained me, and probably will even when I'm 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, if I ever make it that far. So I was very curious about this movie and needed to give it a download, and I loved it! It was such a good documentary. This documentary follows 4 high school students that have aspirations of higher things in life. They all go to Los Angeles County High School for the Arts, also called LAFSA or something, and yeah, Los Angeles County High School for the Arts. So, LACSA. And it's just, it was really interesting. Obviously it was shot a couple of years ago. It was released last year, but it followed them for a year of high school. And then at the end they did like a little like, well, this is where they are. This is what they've done since then. So I thought that was really cool. I loved all of them, like each of the characters that they followed. They followed Ruby, who was aspiring to be an actress, Zach, who wanted to be a jazz piano player, Grace wanted to be a dancer, and Brittany, a singer, songwriter, composer, business. So these people are really talented, and that's really cool, right? Like, real talented people going to high school with a bunch of other talented people. And it just made me like, I wish I would have known about something like this. Not that, because even if you know me, in high school I didn't even go out for anything. But these are all regrets that I will have. I wish I would have gone out and acted and done all of that. Because I didn't, I just feel like I missed out on a lot of really fun opportunities. And yeah, it made me sad. But this movie, I was just like, if only I had known about this, I would have gone there. Not probably, because it's really hard to get into this school, I learned. The reason that I really appreciated this documentary as well was that it was a really like raw, like real look into what these kids were going through. I mean, Zach, who wanted to be the piano player, he's 14, 15 years old. And at one point he's like, I didn't choose music, my dad chose music. And his dad is like kind of freaky and like really like show dad. He's also freaky looking. But it was just like, I felt for Zach, like he's like pointing to these cars on this wall, kind of like a dream board that they had. And he's like, we want to own this car in 3 years and this car. And I was like, this boy, he's doing this for his father, and he says, like, you know, we're a partner, we're a team. Like, this little boy says that. So he really loved his father, but I just felt so bad. Like, you know, in those moments, you could tell, like, he was really being pushed too hard by his father. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see. And the other parents as well, I mean, they all had these desires and drives for their own children. I thought it was really interesting. Grace, who was the dancer, she is Korean, and her parents were like, no, no, no. We're like, the entire movie that you're watching this documentary, they're like, are you sure you don't want to be a doctor? Are you sure you don't want to go to Harvard or Yale? Or are you sure you don't want to study something else? And she's like, no, I want to dance. Grace's parents were so hard for her that on the day that she was supposed to head out to Juilliard, yes, Grace goes to Juilliard, they were like, well, you could be a professor at Juilliard. And she's like, she finally stood up for herself and she goes, no, I don't want to be a professor at Juilliard. I want to dance. And I was just like, go, girl, go. You could just see that the school and the parents were putting a lot of pressure on the kids to really go the distance, and I think that like that's really cool. At the same time, it really stressed me out. Here was the thing that really stressed me out, like really stressed me out. You know, most schools have like dead week when it's finals, they are doing something, but at Laksa, they call it Hell Week. Like, not only have you died, you have gone to hell. So that was crazy. But you know what their finals are? Final performances. And that's just so cool. Like, Grace did Alice, and Zach played piano. Brittany played the harp, and I've always admired a person that can play the harp. So she played the harp, and then Ruby, my little redheaded angel, my little diva bee, did this little, I can't remember what it was called, but it was just a little act, scene. I loved Ruby too because she's a little diva bee, she knows she's good. I don't think I would have probably liked her in real life, but she was a diva bee and fantastic. What I love though is that in the end they did a wrap up of everyone's lives after the documentary had finished, and it was exciting to see where they went on to. Brittany, who had struggled with school, she had been skipping classes to go to auditions and not really getting anything, really pulled her grades up at the end and ended up going to, I don't know what it's called, oh god, it's a Liverpool performing arts school, and it's where Paul McCartney, it's a school he started, and she actually started a band with Paul McCartney's nephew, so that's pretty awesome. Grace obviously goes to Juilliard, and what's really cool about that is she was the first Korean to ever be accepted into the dance program at Juilliard. So she was like really well known in the Korean community here and in Korea over there. That way is Korea. So I was just so proud of them. I felt like I made a real connection. I really liked this documentary. I think you should check it out. You can rent it on iTunes now. And if you have seen it, definitely leave a comment. Or if you've ever gone to any type of school like this, or if you're going to Laksa, maybe someone from Laksa is watching this, comment, tell me what you love about that school, and I will see you on Wednesday for midweek music. Bye, babies! Florence wants to go to Laksa. Yeah, I want to go to Laksa. Laksa. I want to go to Laksa. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.